Alright guys, this is the official aftermath of the 2012 Chevy Impala. And buddy, I will tell you, these things are actually pretty great. They're actually pretty great. This one held up wonderful. Still runs, still moves, no spindles broken. But yeah, we'll get up to that front end now in a minute. But this rear end come in really nice. I am keeping it, obviously, that's why she's here. She's not being stripped. I'm not stripping it. What we're gonna do back here, I'm gonna have to pull this out just slightly so that I can get to come along and bring it all the way down, tighten it all down. We'll get this thing squat up right nice when we goes to build it again next year. But she held up pretty well. She held up pretty well. Seat belts, babe. Seat belts. Keep those doors closed. I think I'm gonna weld it next time though. We'll dig into the electrical a little tiny bit. But this front end, man, I am thoroughly impressed with this front end, and I'm gonna show you why if you haven't already picked up on it, especially for the ones that don't know this car. I had all of my, I don't know if you call it king frame on this or subframe, whatever. I had it all done with seat belts. I've seen a few people use seat belts and they use, I don't know, they do pretty great. Look at this side. It is completely smashed apart. Man, it is actually starting to tear. But seat belts is what's holding it up. If I never seat belted this fucking subframe, excuse me, this subframe, yeah, I think I'd probably be scrapping this thing right about now. So literally the seat belts is the only thing that's holding this thing together. So I'm gonna try to find a way. I might have to seat belt the seat belts. I don't know, but everything is pushed back into the engine. All the fans are red and everything. I think the only thing that's been stopping it is my header. It seems like that's where she stopped to. It's almost like she had no power when she was in the pit for some reason. I don't know why. But there's one thing I've really never thought about when it comes to these newer vehicles. This is a 2012. And I never thought about it until late last night. The pit was really muddy. And I'm thinking my traction control was going wild. And this is the reason why she wasn't really picking up. Because she pick up a bit and then she slack off. She pick up a bit and then she slack off. But when you revved her up, she was best going. Like there was no fuel issues. So I'm thinking traction control. I'm not used to building this new stuff, man. So I really think that's what the problem was. Because everything else is fine. This was ratchet strap down. I got the ratchet strap taken off it. That's the only reason why it's floppy. But yeah, they were taking some nasty shots at my axles, and nothing broke. Nothing broke except for this here. And this might have been what have saved me. I don't know. But by the looks of it, I'd say all my transmission fluid is probably hit on the ground. That's alright. But yeah, she did wonderful. She did, you know, she held her own, that's for sure. I know a lot of people don't have a lot of good luck with these cars, but man, now there's a bit of a discrepancy when it comes to my win, I guess you would say. I look back at the videos and I totally agree with the promoters. I should have been timed out. I was stopped for quite a while. And they called first place for me, but after when the ceremony, the prize ceremony or whatever you want to call it started, they did knock me back to third place, which I am definitely happy about. This is my first time actually placing, but I should have been timed out. I was sitting for quite a while. It's hard to tell when you're in the pit, man. You don't know how long you've been sitting there, right? Like minutes only feels like seconds. And I guess, yeah, I was sitting there way too long. And yeah, anyways, I agree with them. I took third. I'm not going to haggle with them, because when you do look at the video, you could tell that I was stopped for some time. And yeah, that was because one of my batteries had died and the lugs were kind of too tight. I never really thought about that. I never had them hooked up in series. It's my own fault. But we did manage to do something with this car. We even got back in the survival round and went against some vans. And I will tell you, Dodge Journeys, those things, that like that right there, go nose to nose with one, buddy. I tell you, I almost broke my foot. I almost broke my foot the way that it bent. But they hit pretty hard, buddy. They hit pretty hard. But I'm saving it for now. We do have a problem that I'm going to address, and hopefully even for the non-derby crowd, when you're at this, somebody stole my key. I don't have a key for this car any longer because it was left at the pit overnight. There was somebody watching it all night, but when saying that, yeah, it's starting to rain bad. Anyways, rain stopped again. But yeah, there's a lot of people with their keys, and unfortunately, where this thing is so new, this thing is pretty much rendered useless until I find out how much it's going to cost to get a key made. And if it's just cheaper to buy another Impala, then obviously I'm just going to buy another Impala, and we'll use this one for parts. It's pretty unfortunate. Like, I left the car there because of, you know, all the excitement and everybody going around or whatnot. I couldn't really get the car out. So there was a guy watching overnight that Nuco Metals was after having on their staff, and they put him out there for a 12-hour shift to wash the cars, but somebody managed to grab that key, and I can't find it. So now it's only Impala. Yes, I understand that they're a dime a dozen. You can find them everywhere. But man, I like fixing pre-rains. I don't know. See how long you can get a car to last, right? And this is not like a Camry where I can just, you know, do my standalone harness and get rid of the key at all, or altogether. It just, I can't even bust out the ignition because this Chevy's got a thing called a pass lock, and it's a chip inside of your key, and if you ain't got it, you ain't running. You can do what you like. Now, I would imagine if you dug into the wiring enough, and if you were good enough at it, you might, if you're good with it, you might be able to get past it. But I can't. And I don't know anybody really that knows that kind of stuff, especially here in Newfoundland. So, anyways, this is the aftermath of the 2012 Chevy Impala. I did enjoy it. I didn't think I was going to make it anywhere with this car, so I am really impressed. I am really, really impressed. And yeah, this would probably be it. I need to get back to life, hey. But yeah, this has definitely been a good car. If we comes across the key, we'll keep it. Oh, sorry, zoomed in, didn't realize. But yeah, if we find the key, we'll keep it. If it's not very expensive to get another one cut, I'll get another one cut. If it's cheaper to buy another Impala, I'll buy another Impala. Anyways, guys, thanks for sticking around with me, and to all the new subscribers, you're very much welcome, and I really appreciate your guys' support. I've been at this now for this YouTube bracket. I've probably been at it now for 3 years. It's not easy to get your name in there, but yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. Stay tuned, keep building, stay safe. We'll see you on the next one.